talk about Slovenia's most famous lakes. While there are a few cities in the country, what makes New Zealand special is its natural beauty. If you're looking to lose yourself in secluded, sandy beaches, thermal springs, towering mountains, or colored lakes, New Zealand is the place to go. Visitors will no doubt spend at least some of their trips in at least one of the major cities, and they're definitely worth seeing. But to discover New Zealand's spectacular beauty, you'll have to explore a little further afield. 1. Mount Aspiring National Park. Named for one of New Zealand's highest peaks, Mount Aspiring National Park is a dreamscape of towering mountains, gorges, glaciers, and alpine lakes. It's a famous destination for hiking, with a variety of short walks and long hikes. Some of New Zealand's most famous tracks, including the Routeburn, pass through the park. Many of the tracks lead to some of New Zealand's loveliest spots, including Lake Sylvan and the Blue Pools. The views in the park are truly spectacular, particularly if you walk between the valleys. Easily accessible from both Wanaka and Glenorchy, visiting Mount Aspiring National Park is a must when you're on the South Island. 2. Coromandel. Situated on the east coast of New Zealand's North Island, the Coromandel region is renowned for its beautiful beaches and native bush. The Coromandel is known for its stunning Cathedral Cove, with a natural rock archway and sandy beaches, and Hot Water Beach, where visitors can dig a natural hot pool in the sand. If you have a car, base yourself in Hahai or Waigamata and explore the area from there. You can also do day trips to Karangahape Gorge and Winiwakura Wildlife Sanctuary, Donut Island, a pristine, natural environment you can only explore from the water. If you enjoy hiking, take a couple of days to follow the Pinnacles Overnight Trail. 3. Queenstown. On the shores of Lake Wakatipu, Queenstown is a favorite with visitors. The sweeping views of mountains and lakes are visible throughout the region. Visit in winter to see the landscape framed with snowy mountain peaks. Queenstown is a great base for exploring the central Otago region, including some of the other towns on this list. As New Zealand's adventure capital, Queenstown is also the perfect place to get a taste of adrenaline. From bungee jumping and zip lines to paragliding and jet boating, you'll find a wide range of adventure sports to try. There are 3 good ski fields easily accessible from Queenstown if you're visiting in winter, and nearby Gippsland Valley has some of the best wineries in the country, and a couple of good breweries. In the summer months, there are excellent hiking, cycling, and water sports on the lake. 4. Hokitika Gorge. Aqua waters wind their way through thick native bush in the Hokitika Gorge, one of Hokitika's best attractions. Pick your path to admire the water. The popular photo spot is only a couple of minutes' walk from the car park. Further along the track, you can head down to the river and make your way over to White Rocks to see the unusual water up close. Just be warned, this isn't a suitable place to swim. Otherwise, the full loop is an easy 2 kilometers. Walk through the bush and over a swing bridge with wonderful views of the gorge. The loop takes around an hour to complete and is suitable for children. Visit at midday to see the water at its bluest. However, the track is quieter earlier in the morning or late afternoon. 5. Muriwai Beach, Auckland. Auckland's West Coast beaches are known for their black sand and are astoundingly pretty. While you can visit as a day trip from Auckland, try to go in the late afternoon when it's a bit cooler and you can watch the sunset. Pia, Tehanga, Bethel's Beach, and Kerikeri beaches are all stunning, but my personal favorite is Muriwai. The beach itself is reasonably close to the car park, and the dark sand stretches far into the distance. There's a lovely playground for children near the entrance and a gannet colony up the cliff. Along with surfing, it's a popular spot for horse riding, dog walking, and of course, photography. And at sunset, you can see the sky reflected in the water and on the sand, and the effect is magical. 6. Lake Dunstan. Situated in the town of Cromwell, between Wanaka and Queenstown, Lake Dunstan is a man-made lake with a startlingly reflective surface. The lake was made by damming the Clyde River, and the old main street of Cromwell was flooded as a result. The main street was home to a number of historic buildings dating back to the gold rush of the 1860s, and many of these were saved or rebuilt on higher ground. The area is now the historical precinct of Cromwell and is well worth visiting. There are a number of spots around the lake that are suitable for swimming, boating and fishing, or simply picnicking for the day. For the more adventurous, the Lake Dunstan Trail links the townships of Cromwell and Clyde, offering cyclists and walkers a challenging and beautiful 55 kilometers ride. 7. Pakeha Hill, Hokianga. Located north of Auckland, on the west coast of the appropriately named Northland region, Hokianga is well outside most travelers' itineraries. Just outside of the small town of Omapere, you'll find the Pakeha Hill Lookout Point, just a short walk from the road. It's wild and incredibly beautiful, with rugged ocean views and thick bush half obscuring the track. It can get very windy up here. Some trees are bent and leaning from the force of the wind, so remember to bring a jacket if you come up here in winter. Even though it can be cold, it's well worth spending some time here. Pakeha Hill is one of those places where you feel like you're standing on the edge of the world, far away from everyday life. 8. Bay of Islands. About 3 hours north of Auckland, the beautiful Bay of Islands is the place to go for a relaxed, laid-back vibe and beautiful coastal scenery. For the most spectacular views, you'll need to head out on the water. There are over 140 subtropical islands in the bay with hidden beaches and blue waters. If you prefer to stay on shore or other options, spend your time relaxing on the sandy beaches and exploring the colonial towns of Karakuri and Russell. In nearby Paidea, you can also learn about New Zealand history at the Treaty Grounds, where the historic Treaty of Waitangi was signed. For the best perspective of the bay, take a scenic flight for an amazing aerial view of the islets. 9. Catlins, Dunedin. The enchanting Catlins are home to captivating landscapes covered in forested hills, impressive waterfalls, and wild seas. At the southeastern edge of the South Island, this wild region is often missed by both travelers and locals. Spend your time here exploring the Catlins Forest Park, visiting the 20 meters high Purakanu Falls, and discovering the petrified remains of a forest at Curio Bay. One of the highlights of the Catlins is the lighthouse at Nugget Point. Along with the picturesque lighthouse, you can also see a range of wildlife including sea lions, penguins, and dolphins playing in the sea. The area is also known for its native birds. Follow the Catlins River Wisp Loop Walk to see them in the beech forest. 10. Abel Tasman National Park. Home to one of New Zealand's great walks, the Abel Tasman National Park is a wonderful option either for a day trip from Nelson or for a longer stay. The national park immerses you in an unspoiled natural environment with native bushes, small, clear bays, and white, sandy beaches. It's the perfect place for kayaking through clear water. There's also a nearby seal colony, meandering through bush trails, swimming in tiny cubs, or simply relaxing on a secluded beach. The park's claim to fame is the Abel Tasman Coast Track, a 60 kilometers, 37-mile walk through the bush with incredible views of the beach. It usually takes 3 to 5 days to complete the full walk, although it is possible to do a section of the walk in a day. No cars are allowed in the national park, so visitors need to either walk to their preferred destination or take a water taxi. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go.